Hello and welcome to Coding Tutorials. In this tutorial I would like to show you how you can easily use Webpack Development Server. Let's get started. If you are new to Webpack, please ensure that you watch my previous video where I describe why you need Webpack and how you can easily make bundles without any configuration. Links to this video you will find either here or in the description below. Okay, let's get started with Webpack Development Server. And I will start completely from scratch. I will create new project folder and I recommend you to follow me along. Okay, I'm on the desktop and here I will create new empty directory, mkdir, and I'll call it my Webpack Dev Server. Enter, then cd to this new directory, and here I will use first npm init command in order to initialize this project. I will also use -y flag in order to answer all prompts automatically. So npm init -y. And here you will see preview of a package.json file that will be generated, and its name is my-webpack-dev-server, same as name of the folder where project files will be located. Okay, now I will open this project in Visual Studio Code in the free editor that is available for Mac OS, for Windows and Linux users. And I recommend you to use it as well, because it is really full-featured and really easy to use. I will use shortcut simply code and dot. If you are on Windows, you can first open Visual Studio Code and then use menu open and choose folder with those files. So code dot, and this will open Visual Studio Code. Okay, here you see first file, it is package.json. Let me edit it. I will remove this test script, and here in the outer field I will put my name. Okay, and now I will install three packages: Webpack, Webpack-CLI, and Webpack-Dev-Server. I will go back to command prompt, and here I will use npm install, and I will install those three packages as development dependencies. I can use either -d, capital D, or -- save dev option. Let's go on with this option, and here I will install Webpack, Webpack-CLI, and Webpack-Dev-Server. If you want to follow me along and if you want to get exactly same results as I have, you should install exactly the same versions of all packages as I will do now. But let me go on with this command, and in a couple of seconds I will show you how to install exact versions of those three packages. Okay, those packages are being installed. Let's wait. Okay, finally all packages were installed, and you see here that 580 packages were added. I have just installed 3 packages, but you see how much packages were in fact installed into my project. That's because those packages have own dependencies, and those own dependencies were installed as well. Those dependencies also can have own dependencies, and so on in the chain. That's why so much packages were finally installed in the project. Here you see exact versions of those 3 packages. So Webpack has version 4.20.2, Webpack-CLI has this version, and Webpack-Dev-Server has this version. If you want to install exactly same versions as I use in this tutorial, please use this command: npm install -- save dev, and put here package names along with versions, like this. So I'll simply copy this string, paste it here, then space, copy this, paste here, and finally copy this package and paste it here. If you will do so, you will install exactly same versions as I use in this tutorial. Okay, I will not reinstall it once again. Let me clear terminal and let me go back to Visual Studio Code. Okay, here now in the package.json file you see 3 dev dependencies: Webpack, Webpack CLI and Webpack Dev Server. And here you see their versions. This caret at the beginning of each version means that this project will be compatible with any minor and patch updates for any of those packages. And please note that those three dependencies are listed as dev dependencies. Okay, also you see here that package-log.json file was created, and this file contains all packages that were actually installed in my project. For example, AGV errors, AGV keywords, and so on. And inside of this file, you see package name is exact version that was installed. Here you see also URL where this package was downloaded from. Here you see integrity SHA hash, and this flag means that this package is development dependency of my project. That's because it is one of the dependencies of those three packages, and those three packages I have added to the project as dev dependencies. Okay, now we are ready to go on, and let's create first file. And let's create index.html. I will create it in the root, so index.html. And here I will use shortcut in order to create body of HTML file. So simply exclamation mark, and here you see suggestion of emmet abbreviation. If I will press tab now, you will see this structure for HTML document. It contains head section, body section, and opening and closing HTML tags. Okay, here at the end of the body section, I will add reference to the JavaScript file, like this, script, and here will be src. src equal to, let's put simply empty string for now. And here let's change title to Webpack Dev Server. Okay, let's save this file for now and let's close it. Now let me do following. I will add new folder src, and inside of this folder I will add two files, index.js and greeting.js. And here in the index.js, let me add following console log statement. Console log, that's index.js file. Let's save, and now let's move to the greeting.js, and here let me create quickly following function. I will use anonymous function expression assigned to the variable. So const greet equal to anonymous function expression with one parameter, and let's call it name. I don't need any parentheses here, simply name. Then fat arrow, and here this function will implicitly return following template literal. Backticks, hello, $, curly braces, name. And that's all. And let's add here export statement, export default greet. Let's save, let's move on back to index.js, and here at the beginning of the file, I will import greet from and name of the greeting.js file. I need to use following syntax, /, and here simply greeting. And now I can call greet function here. And let's log to the console result of this function call. Console log greet, and let's pass argument Bogdan. You can pass here your name. Let's save this, and now we are ready to move on and combine those two files into single bundle using Webpack. Let me close this console. Okay, now I will move to the package.json file and add here script. In this tutorial, I will add two scripts here. And first script will be build, and it will execute Webpack command without any options. Let's save this, and now we can try this and see result. Notice that at the moment I have not created any Webpack configuration file, nothing. So simply one script added into the package.json file. Let's try this. I will go back to the terminal and let me clear it. And here let's run build script. npm run build, enter. And here you see result. Let me scroll up, and here you see that Webpack command was automatically executed. Version of Webpack is 4.20.2, time taken to create this build time, and here you see assets. main.js, its size, and entry point. You see here that Webpack has automatically looked into this folder, src folder, and found their index.js file. Index.js file has dependency on greeting.js file, that's why this file was also added to the bundle. And here you see warning, mode option hasn't been set. That's why by default production mode will be used. Okay, let's go back to Visual Studio Code. And here now you see new folder dist. Let's look into it, and here you see main.js file. And this file is minified bundle. Why is that? That's because of this. Because Webpack has built by default bundle in production mode. That's why this bundle is minified. Okay, let me close it. And now let me adjust index.html file and add here a reference to this main.js file. It is located in the dist folder, so dist /main.js. Let's save, and now we are ready to execute this index.html file. Let me go back to the terminal, and here I will use simply open command, open index.html. Remember that I'm located in the root of my project. Okay, open index.html. If you are on Windows, you can simply type name of the file and press enter. Okay, and here you see that this file was opened. It was opened using file protocol, but it's enough for our purposes now. Here you see title Webpack Dev Server. Let's open up developer tools, and here we see two messages. That's index.js file and hello Bogdan. It means that two files were successfully bundled into one bundle. But that was performed by Webpack. Let's try to add some changes into those files. For example, let me adjust index.js file. And let's adjust this line. That's index.js file and couple of exclamation marks. Let's save, go back to the browser, and nothing was changed here. If I hit refresh, again nothing. Why? Because now I'm using static main.js file that was generated using npm run build command. And if I would like to refresh it, I need to regenerate it once again. I can go back to the terminal and use npm run build again. Let's wait. And now let's go back to the browser, refresh, and now you see two exclamation marks here. It means that if you want to observe changes in the browser, you need to first rebuild project, create new bundle, and only then refresh browser. Of course, this is not convenient, and in the real-time development, when you perform a lot of changes, it's not an acceptable way. That's why you should use Webpack Dev Server. Let's now look at the Webpack Dev Server in action. Let's go back to the Visual Studio Code, and here let me do following. Let me close this bundle. In fact, I can even delete this entire dist folder. Simply command delete. Okay, now let's open package.json file. Here it is. And here let's add one more script. And let's call it start:dev. And this script will run webpack-dev-server. And that's all. No options at all. And notice that I still don't add any configuration options for Webpack. Let's save this. And now let's try to execute this script. Start:dev. Let's go back to the terminal, and here, let me clear it, and here npm run start:dev. Enter, and you see that Webpack Dev Server command was executed, and you see following result. Let me scroll up to the beginning of this output, and here you see following result. Project is running at localhost 8080. It means that Webpack Dev Server has started local web server. Webpack output is served from root of the project. Hash is following. Webpack version is 4.20.2, same as before, and time that was taken to create a bundle. And here you see interesting thing. Asset called main.js. And this asset is located in the root of the project. Let's go back to the Visual Studio Code, and here we still don't see any dist folder. And we don't see any main.js file. Nothing here. It means that Webpack Development Server serves this bundle from the memory. It is not located in the project itself. It was created only in the memory, and it will be updated in the memory. Okay, let me scroll down, and here you see that, again automatically, it has looked in the src folder and found their index.js file. This file has dependency greeting.js, and it means that those two files were bundled. Here below again you see warning, mode option has not been set, that's why production mode was used. Okay, let's take this URL, this one, and let's paste it in the browser. I will copy it, go to the browser, and here let me paste instead of this one. And here I see following error. dist/main.js is not found. Why this happens? How do you think? This happens, let me show you, because in the index.html file, we refer to this file that is absent at the moment. But let me get back to the console. I have told you that Webpack Dev Server by default serves output from the root of your project, and it serves file called main.js. That's why in the index.html here, I need to change this reference to main.js. Let's save this, go back to the Chrome, and here hit refresh. And now I see expected result. That's index.js file, 2 exclamation marks, and hello Bogdan. And also you see here warnings. Configuration mode hasn't been set, same as you see here in the console. Here it is. Okay, let's now try to add some changes, and let's see whether or not they will be reflected automatically here. Let's go back to code, and let me here adjust greeting.js. And let's adjust this line here. Hello, and let's add 3 exclamation marks here. Let's save and go back to the browser. And here you see that this change was reflected automatically. It means that Webpack Dev Server has live reload capability. And as soon as you make some changes into the JavaScript files that are included in the bundle, then it will automatically recreate bundle again. And it will automatically reload browser. You don't need to hit this refresh button. Okay, in order to show you that this happens in real time, let me do following. I will make this window full screen and then drag this window over this one. And now those two applications will stick side by side. And here in the Visual Studio Code, let me press Option or Alt Z, and this will automatically make all code visible on the screen. And now let's make one more change here. Let me, instead of hello, write here good morning. Let's save, and here you see this change automatically. Here it is. Let me scroll down and let's change this line once again. Good evening. Let's save. And here at the bottom you see message app updated recompiling. And this happens really quick. Okay, let's now remove those warnings in the console in the browser. And in order to do that, I need to set production flag for Webpack Dev Server. I can do that directly in the package.json file. Again, Option or Ctrl Z, and here I can adjust this script and add here option -- mode space production. Let's save, and you see that no changes were made here. That's because I need to rerun Webpack Dev Server because I have changed package.json file. Let's go back to the terminal and here terminate this process, Ctrl C, and run it again. npm run start :dev. Now you don't see any warnings. Let me scroll up, and now you see that this command was executed, and Webpack Dev Server was launched in the production mode. Let's go back to the browser, and here you see this result. Now you don't see any warnings in the console of the browser, and if I will make changes, let's make change in the greeting.js file. And let's write here good afternoon. Let's save, and this was reflected almost immediately. Okay, let's summarize. What happens here? We have added Webpack Dev Server as dependency into our project. And it is web server with live reload feature. And as soon as you make some changes into the JavaScript files, those changes will be reflected almost immediately. How it works? We have simply added scripts into the package.json file. One script, this one, is used to launch Webpack, and another one, start::dev, starts Webpack Dev Server. And as soon as you execute the script, Webpack Development Server starts. When it starts, it creates automatically bundle in the memory. It doesn't create any folders. Neither dist folder or main.js file, nothing. But in fact, this main.js file is created and it is accessible via HTTP protocol. And we can try to access it here. Let me make this window larger and access it like this. Localhost 8080/main.js. And here it is. And it is minified bundle. And again, there is no such file here in the project folder. It is created only in the memory, and it is served by Webpack Development Server. Okay, let me close this tab and make this window smaller. And in order to access this file, you can simply add reference to it in your index.html file, like we did here. That's all. That's that simple. Okay, I want to show you one more option, and let me add this option here in the package.json file, and this option is called Inline. Let me just add it and show you how it works. --inline, space, single quotes, and here will be false. Let's save and rerun Webpack Development Server. Let's terminate this one and run it again. And now you see that with this option, inline false, you should access your project using this URL. Let me copy it and go back to the browser and paste it here. And here at the top, you see this status bar. Let me make it larger. So now app is ready. Let's perform some changes. Let me actually close this window and let's change again greeting.js. And here let's use another greeting, so simply hi. And please look at this status bar. Let's save this, and here you quickly see app updated recompiling. That's how it works with option inline false. Okay, let me change it back to inline true. That is the default option. Simply delete this line. Let's save and let's restart it here. Again, npm run start dev. Let's go back to the browser, and here you see disconnected. Let me delete this part, enter, and here it is. That's how it works by default. Okay, takeaways from this tutorial are following. If you want to run Webpack Dev Server without any configuration, you must first place index.js file in the src folder. Second, adjust in the index.html file this reference and make it refer to main.js file, like this. And that's all. Then simply add script that will run Webpack Dev Server, and you can add this flag in order to make updates more quick. And then simply run the script in order to start Webpack Development Server. That's all. Okay, I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. If you liked it, thumbs up. If you disliked it, thumbs down. Please follow me. You can also check out my courses at Udemy, and all links you will find either in description or next. See you in the next tutorials. Bye bye.